Hey yo, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Flush Aimlock here, back with another banger. And today, guys, I'm going to be telling you all a very cool story of mine. So as you guys know, we just now hit the milestone of 2,000 subscribers, and a lot of people have been asking me, Flush Aimlock, how did you start YouTube? Where did you meet all your friends? Where did you meet Smallcocks? Where did you meet Divine? Where did you meet Caster? Where did you meet all these people at? So if you guys have been on my channel for a while now, you know I've got a lot of pretty interesting characters on my channel, such as Smallcocks, I've got Caster, I've got Divine Energy, all of them, all the boys. There's a lot more people, but you know, that's like the main people that you guys will see in my videos. As well as Tengoe, which is another one of my friends. So I'm just gonna be telling you the story of how I met all of these lovely people, how I started YouTube, what encouraged me to start YouTube, and how I got to where I am today. So yeah, boys, all of the background gameplay that you'll see in this video is recorded on my server, OPLEGENDS.com. If you guys want to get yourself a free rank on OPLEGENDS.com, make sure you connect using flusha.oplegends.com. And whenever you're on, you can do /buy, go to ranks for Prison Neptune, hit mortal rank, and yeah, you can use code FLUSHA, all capitalized, and you can get yourself a free mortal rank. But yeah, guys, it's completely unrelated. So basically, I think I want to start off at the very beginning of like how everything started. So I've played HCF for a while, boys. Like, when I mean a while, I've played HCF for a freaking minute. I started playing Minecraft in about 2011, 2012, something like that. I started HCF like very early on. I remember playing like Parapods, Kohi, Old Veld, Old Viper on in HC teams and just servers like that. I originally played like Suit PvP, like MC PvP and stuff like that, but that's completely off topic, so I'm not even gonna get into that. But basically, I've played HCF for a while now, and I never really did YouTube. I occasionally recorded like just a video of me beating people in like practice or something. One thing I've always found myself being very good at is base rating. So that's always been my biggest thing. Like, that's been my specialty. It's always been base rating, even since like old Velt and stuff like that. Whenever base rating wasn't like huge, that's always what I found myself being good at. So basically, I played HCF a lot. I mainly played Sage and Velt, but I took a very big break from both Sage and Velt for about a year and a half, and I came back to HCF like over the quarantine period. I'd hop on like every once in a while in Infernal and just like hop on, pop my vote keys and get myself a base setup, because I didn't have a rank at the time. I was literally a default rank at the time, so I'll just hop on, like, pop some vote keys and then freaking like try to get myself a base setup and play for maybe like 2 days and get off. So I never really played like that much, but basically I remember at the very start of quarantine I had like very little money at the time. So I remember hopping on and having a Visa gift card with like $5 on it, and I bought myself one of the lowest ranks. And I just spent the whole map one DTR trap and getting sets and then base rating, one DTR trap and getting sets and then base rating. Then it was a repeated cycle of this. And this is how I started meeting all my friends. So you guys may be wondering, how in the world did this get you to meet all your friends where you have today? So basically, I saw this guy named Who Wants War saying, LFF in chat, my faction sucks and made us raidable. I'm just looking at PvP. And I invited him. We got along super well and we played very well together and we had a great time. So by the time the next map came around, he asked me if I wanted to join his faction. So I joined his faction, and this faction had a ton of my old friends. Like, you guys probably don't know who any of these people are, but like David, Kimu, Cody, Owa, Puelo. It's just some old people that I used to play with. And eventually, after playing with these guys for a few maps, I met my friend Tengoe, because he joined the faction. I freaking hated Tango for it, because he stole my partner items and my speed boots and would never give them back. And I hated him at first when I first met him, boys. But now he's one of my closest friends online. And further down the line, me and Tengu, we kind of stopped playing together as much, but he eventually had this power faction that he joined, and I joined the power faction, and I left, made my own faction. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened, but I made a new faction where I went basically solo most of the map, and this was after I hadn't played with Tengu in a little bit of time, because everyone in my old faction quit the game, and we all just kind of like moved away from each other. So in my new faction I made, it was basically just solo. It's the faction Big Booty. I saw this guy named Dior with like a shit ton of R's, like Dior with like 20 R's at the end of it, saying LFF in chat. Basically the same thing, saying his faction went raidable and that he was looking for faction. And I was like, you know what, screw it, dude. It's like almost HCW. I just want to get some base rating in. And I hit him up. We played a bit. We played super well together. Made every person we went to raidable. And he hit me up. He's like, I'm friends with Medical Student. I play with him in his power faction. We play every map together. If you ever need a faction, hit me up. And at the time, I was playing with my friends. Actually, I'm remembering this now. I was playing with my friends Z-Frame and AUs. So we decided one map, because we didn't have a faction. We were like, you know what? Let's play with a YouTuber this map. So we decided to hit up Dior, or Armin, as I knew him as, and we were like, let's play a map together. So we joined the faction, and we were I'm just gonna skip around a little bit. We basically just played a bunch of the map together, and then later on we were doing practice team fights on Lunar, and they invited someone to the party named Divine Energy. And oh boys, let me tell you, I was not very fond of Divine at the time because he was terrible at the game. When I mean terrible, he was awful, like just absolutely terribly horrifying watching him play the game. And we all just like thought it was hilarious that he was kind of bad. But that's besides the point, boys. Divine, I know you're probably watching this right now. I love you, homie. It's all just jokes. Me and Divine got along pretty well, despite the fact that he was terrible at the game, because we played a bunch, like just around like on the actual map on Inferno. And eventually he asked me one map if he could join. I was like, you know what, I'll let you join a brew for me, because I was in desperate need of a brew. So he goes, if anyone needs a brew, just hit me up. And I was like, alright, Divine, you're joining my faction to brew. And yeah, boys, I got him in the faction to frickin' brew for me. Now, Caleb, it's a bit of a very funny story and like very odd that I actually met Caleb. My bad, Smallcocks, as you guys know him as. So basically, I was on Hypixel one night. My friend, like my IRL friend, asked me if I wanted to play some Bed Wars. So I was like, screw it, boys, let's play some Bed Wars. So I got on, I was playing Bed Wars, and I found, I'm not gonna lie, boys, I was kind of toxic. I was just spamming like random shit in chat, like just being super duper annoying, just like spamming random words in chat, like not any words in particular, just like I was literally just spamming like letters in chat, just being annoying. And Caleb was in the lobby and he started doing it back. And then I was like, Smallcocks, or his name at the time was the Fallen 179, so it was like the Fallen 71, let's segs. And we went to a corner, we were just literally shifting each other. It was the most dumb shit in the world. And then I messaged him in game, or added as a friend, and I messaged him in game. I was like, wanna get in a Discord call? And he was like, sure. So we got in a Discord call, and after that we talked for like 5 minutes, and then I didn't talk to him for the rest of the day, and I didn't talk to him for like about a week. So basically, whenever I first met Caleb, he refused to talk because he thought I was gonna make fun of his voice. So yeah, we didn't talk for a while. So it took him about 2 weeks to actually like start talking to me. And after that, I found that me and Caleb had a lot in common, and we started playing a lot. So we didn't play HCF together at first because he had no clue what HCF was and he was terrible. But I think this is about the point in the story where I talked to you guys about how I got into actually YouTube and stuff. So you guys know how I met Caleb, Divine, and Tango E now. So it's about time that I tell you guys I started YouTube. So I play with an old faction. So I play with my friends Dior, Ayuz, Z-Frame, and I believe Tango E sometimes, because Tango is kind of like on and off of the game at this point. So we played a lot, and I remember I never recorded just because like I wanted to do YouTube with it. I recorded just because I thought it would be fun to like kill YouTubers and get clips of me killing them and just show it to my friends, just to basically flex the fact that I killed a famous YouTuber on Minecraft. So yeah, that's basically how I got like a bunch of clips. I don't know if you guys have ever seen my first video on my channel, but it was a killing partners montage. I was on call with Caleb one night, and we were just chilling. I was watching YouTube, and I saw a video. I don't remember who was by, but it was a montage of just killing YouTubers. I was like, that would actually be pretty fun to make, because I've got a bunch of clips myself of just killing famous YouTubers and partners. So I was like, in a call with Caleb, and I was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna download a free editing software, which was Shotcut, and I downloaded it and started throwing in clips. Was looking up tutorials. And me and Caleb basically were just in a call for about like 5 hours where I figured out how to use this editing software. And I made my first ever montage, which was killing partners on Viper MC or whatever. So after that, I just threw like together a funny little thumbnail. Didn't really put too much effort into the video or the thumbnail at all. But I remember I was really proud of the video. I started spamming everybody on my freaking Discord. I spam pinged everyone on my Discord. I spammed everyone on my friends list. Go like the video, go subscribe to my channel. I was just being super fucking annoying, boys. I remember the video got like 100 views or something, and I was like insanely hyped about it. When I mean hyped, I was like, ooh, let's go, baby, I'm famous. So I was insanely hyped about getting 100 views on my first little montage. And then after that, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I gathered more clips and made another montage with it? So I gathered a few more clips like within the next few maps and created another montage where I killed another partner, which I believe was Fancy. I believe that's how it was. So I killed Fancy and made a montage, like basically clickbaiting his name. And then the next map, I made another montage where I killed Refilming in it. So I clickbaited Refilming's name, and I was having a ton of fun making these montages because I love playing the game and I loved editing montages. So then, after uploading a few montages, one of my friends was like, you should try doing a let's play, because it was one of my friends who did YouTube at the time who's like really small on YouTube. I don't entirely remember who it was. I'm pretty sure that he only had like 2 videos, but that's besides the point, boys. He was like, you should try uploading a commentary video, and I was like, are you sure? I would be terrible at that, but I was like, I'll try it. So I tried a commentary video, and it got a decent bit of support on it, and I was like, wow, that's actually kind of fun. So I was terrible at editing at the time, so my videos were awful. The fucking audio was insanely loud and bass boosted, and it was just awful. So I tried making a few commentary videos and was having a ton of fun with it. And I was like, you know, what if this becomes a thing? What if I actually start uploading HCF videos, and I upload like 2 videos a week and just do something with that, and I wonder how fun it would be. So I tried it for a while, and about a month into me doing this, I realized I was like having a super big amount of fun. I don't even know why I said super big amount, but I was having a ton of fun basically with it, boys. So I was like, maybe this could become a thing. Maybe I could actually start doing this and, you know, really enjoying it. So I decided to get into it for a bit, and later down the line I decided to pirate Sony Vegas 14 so my render quality could be better. And there's nothing really about this story here. It's just more of the fact that I kept on uploading videos, kept on playing with my faction, same people, Divine Energy, Tango E, and Z-Frame and AUs. We just played every map together and basically just fucked around and had fun. So eventually a few of my friends like AUs and Z-Frame quit the game. Tango E became a little bit distant, and I was like, this calls for a new member. So I decided to teach Caleb how to play HCF on kit map. I'll teach him how to 2 high trap, how to 3 high trap, and basically I would give him tips on how to trap and how to block up and how to tank out so that you wouldn't die. And I would basically just go as aggressive as possible on him, like make sure that he really got in his head that if he wanted to become the flush at aim lock prodigy, he had to become the best in the game and like actually not be an idiot. So I eventually taught Caleb how to play HCF, and it was only just recently that I actually started playing with him. So I did a map like living with a noob, and I taught him how to play. And about that time already, like most of my friends I liked playing with had stopped playing the game as much or just quit the game altogether. So it was basically just like me, Caleb, Divine, and some guy I recruited later on. And we were just basically rocking out every map with the occasional Tango E playing with us. So it was mainly just solo, duo, and trio maps, but that's besides the point, guys. We basically just stuck like that for a while. And at this point I'd been doing YouTube for maybe a few months now. I'm not entirely sure how long, but I've been doing it for a while now. And skip forward a little bit of time, something big happened to my channel, boys. When I mean big, I mean like big PP type of big. Like I mean how big your PP gets if you subscribe to Flush and Aim Lock type of big. 20 inches, by the way. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do it. But yeah, guys, so something big happened. I'll show you the clip really quickly. Basically in the clip I'm about to show you guys, this was during like one of the resets. The new partner items had just like come out, and it was during an update. The Hateful Time Warp came out, and I was basically just going crazy with my Time Warp plays. So if you guys didn't know, I originally had the idea of the Patrox pre-pro plays, where you would like pre-pearl and they would go in the corner and all that shit. So basically, I consider myself to be the one who created that. Maybe not the one who thought of it, but the one who started like doing it at first. And I was the one who like gained traction for it. And then eventually Hate saw it and started doing it. That's besides the point, which you guys will figure out now. So basically, I thought of the Time Warp play like basically the day that it came out, and I was trying it on kit map, and I was like, this is gonna be so fun. I'm gonna make a whole video about it, which I'm pretty sure I made it to why I'm the best base raider in HCF V2. I was working on this video, and I was at a base. I was at my friend Cutie Swag's base, who's one of my good friends now. So I was at Cutie Swag's base, and I started getting crit out. So some Invis comes up behind me, starts beating the shit out of me, just starts critting me out, and I get scared. I'm like starting to run away, and basically, boys, this is what happens. That's hateful. that, Caleb?
Wait, I'll undeaf him.
Did you see
Dog,
that?
Yo.
what the fuck?
Yo. Dude, 'cause at least that's gonna feel good, because I'll get, like, credit, like, I'll get my credit for something I created. Unlike the
I feel like he definitely copied your previous.
So if you guys are confused by what you just saw, basically, we just randomly got crit up by HateFu, and he messages me, he's like, I saw your videos, I want you to do good on YouTube, and all this stuff, and, oh my gosh, boys, if you even knew how I was reacting, I was, like, shaking, I was literally, like, shaking, everyone in the call was like, is it, what? So that's basically all of our reactions. We were freaking out, guys. I had no clue how this even happened. Like, the fact that it happened to me in the first place was insanely lucky, guys. A week later, I'm pretty sure, HateFu messaged me in game again, and he was like, I want to community tab somebody this week, since I'm going to be missing an upload, and I've been thinking about community tabbing your video, so send me a video that you want me to community tab, and I'll go ahead and do it for you. I'm like, what the fuck? So I sent him the video. He asked me for my Telegram, so I gave him my Telegram. I messaged him. I was like, dude, thank you so much. This means a ton to me. I literally cannot believe everything you're doing for me right now. It's just nuts. So basically, he community tapped the video for me. And after that, I was just like, that's insane, bro. So like, this community tab was like the kickstart to my channel, where everything started like taking off. So that helped me a lot. And that's like what kind of kickstarted me. And that's why I knew I was like, okay, I gotta actually start doing this for real. I gotta become the best HCF player in Minecraft history. So I know it sounds so stupid, boys, but that's basically what happened. So HateFu community tabbed me, and I was just super motivated to like grind HCF out. And I don't remember when I started daily uploading, but I know like a few months into YouTube I started the daily upload grind. Or it wasn't like too long ago. I think it was like 3 months ago or something like that, or 4 months ago. But yeah. So I started uploading daily. A few weeks after HateFu community tabbed me and stuff, he messaged me. He goes, what mic do you have? I was like, Blue Yeti X, and it's kind of busted right now, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, that's what I'm worried about. But basically, me, Lambo, Automatic are recruiting a faction for this map. Do you want to be in it? And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, yeah, no, obviously I want to be in your faction's map. HateFu, I'm a big fan. So, I got invited to the faction. HateFu ended up not playing because he got invited by Colby to do like their own separate thing. So I joined Hate for the map, or not Hate, I joined Automatic and Lambo. This is the first map I played with 4for4. And this brings me to the next story, which is how I met Caster. So Caster got invited to this faction as well. At the time, I didn't like Caster. I thought that I heard a lot of shit about Caster from my faction, and I did not like him from what I heard. So I didn't know how well me and Caster were going to get along, because I thought he had a really like big ego at the time. Which, guys, that is not true. Caster is a very lovely man, and I love him very much. So I met Caster in this 4for4 map, and then after actually playing with him, I realized he was a chill guy. So he was partnered at Sage at the time, as well as I was. So I was like, do you want to do a Sage video together? And he's like, sure, man, let's do a Sage video together. So we got along really well, and we decided to do an entire Sage PvP video together called The Funniest Duo in HCF. So we did the video, and after that, we literally just got along so well that we just started playing every single map after that together. I don't know how we got along so well, but we just did. Like, we just bonded, like, perfectly, boys. Like, it all worked out so well. So we started playing every single map after that. I got close to, like, Zeb, Lambo, and Hate, and all of them. And we all just kind of became friends, and that's how I met, like, basically everyone in Taliban. That's kind of basically how it all happened, and later on, I got a partnership offer from Cave PvP. Zeb decided to go to Cave, and Caster decided to go to Cave as well, so we all took our partnership there, and that's basically where I am today, boys. Having a ton of fun with YouTube right now. The support has been crazy lately, and yeah, I think that's basically where we're finishing up our story time, guys, because I'm sure that all of you know what happens now. Like, you know, Flush Aimlock the Prodigy starts to become, you know, taking over the HCF scene. Basically bigger than Dream himself and PewDiePie, but that's besides the point, guys. And now I'm working on branching out my channel to OPLEGENDS, which is the server I'm on right now, and just like Skyblock and stuff like that. And yeah, so I mean, but yeah, boys, if you have any more questions, just leave them down below in the comments. I love replying to comments, and I love reading them. I know you guys might not think it, but I do read every single freaking comment, and I do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. It literally means so much to me. One more time, if you guys want to check out the server that I'm actually recording on this like gameplay on, it's flusha.oplegends.com. Make sure you come hop on, claim yourself a free immortal rank using code FLUSHA in the store. And yeah, boys, with that all being said, hope you have a lovely, fantastic, exceptionally awesome, and great day or night. I love you all. Thank you for watching the video, and peace out, boys.